Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have episode number 5 of editing your guys' submitted photos. Now, I gotta be transparent, guys. We're running real low. Right now, I got a ton of JPEGs. I don't have any other RAWs. So if you guys want to continue to see this series, please consider adding some of your photos. It'll be the first link in the description. Please, again, make sure they are RAW photos. But without further ado, let's hop into it. Now, you guys probably know why I picked this photo to start off with, because I am a sucker for 0304 Cobras. You know, I'm a little biased. Now, I don't know if this is DSG. It looks like this is DSG, which is dark shadow gray, or it could be mineral, but I'm pretty sure it's DSG. Nonetheless, absolutely love it. So let's see what we got going on here. Boop, boop, boop. Kind of looks good. Now, let's check the settings first. So we have ISO 100, 55mm f5.6 at 100 or 1/640th of a second. So we are chilling there. Good settings. Now, this is a tricky color to edit because it's like not any specific color. It's not really bluish. There's not much that goes into it. It's weird, but still a great photo nonetheless. Let's see what we can do with this bad boy right here. I think we're gonna bump the exposure up even a little bit more. It looks like this is on some sort of parking structure on the roof, because it looks like, I could be wrong, maybe this is AMC. I lied, that's definitely not an A. Actually, no, it might be. I don't know. Nonetheless, cool shot. What wheels are these? I wanna say these are the Whistler wheels, which I considered on mine, but this thing looks gorgeous. Shout out to Dan Dookie. I will have his Instagram. I believe that is his Instagram, but I'll have it down here below. But I mean, already, like, just a couple of things, and that's already... Oh! Every time I do that. Oh my gosh. All right, third time's the charm. Like, that's already looking pretty darn good. So I think next we're going to mess with the blues a little bit, because it's a little too much. So what we can do here is we can hop on over and we can just raise these and just go bloop. Okay, so like, I actually don't like doing that, but if I'm being completely honest, that kind of does look a little bit better. Oh man, I love how I tell people don't do that, and then sometimes it works. I'll be honest, guys, but most of the time people just take it to like the 10th extreme, and it looks kind of goofy. So tails, not much is going on there. We'll leave that the way it is. We could also try. I think I like these raised a little bit. Let's see where we're at there. I mean, that looks pretty darn good. Loving it. I think we're going to drop the magentas just a tad, because it's a little on the pinky side. We could also drop the temp. That looks pretty good. Maybe that's a little too cool. I don't know. I'm loving that. Nice and sharp. Definitely probably a 24 megapixel camera, but that's not an issue. Nothing wrong with that. Actually do it this way. I don't know, for some reason I like using vibrance over saturation. I just feel like it's not as overbearing. We can mess with this here. I like the cooler vibe on this one. Looking good. Those look good. Okay, Nikon shooter. It's a kit lens. Okay, got it. Got it. I mean, you guys tell me. I mean, I think that's... I mean, heck, I know that was like 2 minutes, but that looks darn good, man. IRS still. This thing's clean. Very nice. All right. Shout out to you, my man. On to the next one. So this was by I think it's Carpotography. Hopefully I'm saying that right. But I like this photo because it's a fall color. Like, in the background, the trees are greenish yellow, so that's going to be fun to edit. We can really make those pop here. See if we have any presets that'll slap off the bat. Usually 54 is a good one, but nope. See, I feel like something's wrong with my Lightroom, because there's no way that none of those look right. I gotta look more into that. But nonetheless, this looks good. Actually, before we do anything else, let's just compare the before and after. I'm going to do that every time, guys. I'll never learn. So there's the before and after. We just straightened it out a little bit, and then we threw on the preset. So now we're going to go in and dial in the colors. But, I mean, already that's looking good. Definitely not even a bad shot either. Like, the raw look pretty decent. So one thing I noticed off the bat is that the colors of the calipers are blue. So we want to make sure we do not mess really at all with the blues. teals will bring back. Now what's it doing here? There we go. So you guys can probably tell it now. There's like this tealish like thing or tealish tint over the car. And if you notice I remove that, now it looks more white. And same thing if I go to the blues and remove that, all of a sudden now it looks like it's a perfect white. Don't really want to do that. So what we can do is, holy cow, I'm click happy today. So let's see what this is telling us. So if we go warmer on the balance here, you're going to notice now I didn't mess with the blues. The blues are exactly how they're supposed to be, and there's really not a teal tint anymore. So all I did here was I moved the balance more towards the highlights, so that's more prominent than raising the shadows, which has a bluish tint to it. So that looks good. I know we're not messing with anything here. Now, like, see the before and after. I'm liking the colors in the trees. A lot of detail. Let's check the histogram. So ISO 235mm f5 at 1/250th of a second. Cool, cool, cool. So I'm not used to people shooting at that f-stop just because I'm always like a 1.4 kind of guy, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with this. I think, is this an ST or is this an RS? It is an RS, okay. You can never, like, so many people do the conversions on these. I don't know what's what. Where's this exhaust? Oh, okay, there it is. I like that diffuser. That thing's sweet. So, I mean, this is already looking like pretty complete. We're going to change this here. We're going to go 18. This is looking lovely. I mean, we can try to bring up more of the detail in the diffuser, but I have a feeling it's going to get real grainy. So let's try it and see how she looks. Do a radial filter. I prefer using the radial filter because it's not as harsh as just using like the brush. There's no real hard lines. So we'll up that. If we zoom in, you're going to tell it's probably, yeah, tons of color noise. But from this angle, you can't see it. So I'll leave it for now. If you were to post this on social media, no one would be able to see that. Cool location too. Looks like maybe like a gated neighborhood or like maybe a farm based on the fence. I could be wrong, but nonetheless, cool shot. This looks good. I really can't critique anything else on this. This looks awesome. Nice shot, my friend. Also, thank you because you're always commenting on the video. So seriously, your support means a ton. You're the man. So last but not least, I believe this is by my boy Senpai, and wow. RWB is goals, man. That's one of those cars that I would pay to shoot it. Let's look at the settings here. So we got ISO 125, 16mm, f14, 1/40th of a second. Now, Senpai, love you, my guy, but dun dun dun, we got a lot of dust on your sensor, my friend. Now, this happens. We can fix it. I'm going to do that this video because I remember another video I said I was going to do it and I totally skipped over it. So I'll show you guys how I fix that. Just a heads up, it happens. But if you want to know how to fix that or some tips, check out my rolling shots video, the tutorial, just because I show you how to prevent having those in the future. But nonetheless, still an excellent shot. And yeah, we're done, guys. Thank you so much. No, I'm playing, but like, that's pretty insane, right? Like that in one click. Like, man, that's pretty wild, yo. Like, that gets me. That makes me happy knowing that like my stuff works on other people's stuff, even though like I would never, I don't think I'd ever sell it. So I made these presets before they did the update. So we're gonna try to mask out the sky and let's see how good of a job it does. If it does not highlight these poles, I'm gonna be like mind blown, like legit. Moment of truth. No, wait, I can't tell. Did it? No freaking, it did pretty good, guys. It's not perfect, but I would not expect it to be perfect. Holy cow. Dude, this is a game changer for a lot of photographers, man. I mean, that's a huge, like, usually we'd use the linear mask, or is linear mask, right? Yes. And it would, you'd have to go in with a brush and like remove it on the poles, but that, wow. Holy cow, guys. That's incredible. I'm so shook right now it did that. I thought for sure it would highlight those. So let's go back here and compare the before and after. I mean, that is gorgeous. Oh my goodness. So I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to change the oranges. We're going to pull those back a little bit more towards the yellowish hue, just to make it look a little bit more natural, because it's a little too pink for my liking. Let's check the whites here. I don't believe we have anything blown out. Nope. I mean, maybe the slightest bit right there, but I'm not overly concerned about that. Blacks look good. I mean, this is phenomenal. Let's actually change this. There we go. I mean, oh my goodness. I'm sorry, guys. I've said oh my goodness like 10 times, but that is freaking awesome. Super cool. There is no way. This guy looks like he's like 18. Shout out to my mans if that's his car. That's sick. So, like I always do, I try to drop the shadows on the windshield just to cover up the person's face or identity. Some people maybe want that seen. Holy crap, hold up. What in the world? How deep are those lips on the wheel? Oh, that's got to be like an 8-inch lip. Oh my god, these cars are so gorgeous. I don't know much about Porsches or Porsches, like the body style, so I don't know which one this is. But that is stunning. So right now all I'm doing is I'm bringing up more of the detail on the back wheel to try to match it to the front exposure-wise. What we can do is we can also try and do radial filter here on the window. Drop the shadows. You also want to make sure you don't want to overlap with the mirror. Okay, that's a little too much. I don't want to go too aggressive. We'll go -50. Golly. Now, I'm not going to be too harsh on you. It's in, like, I think it's in focus. It's just there's not a ton of resolution to work with. Because usually you could tell, like, I can somewhat see the faint lines, and also like the body lines all look straight. So I think you did hit focus. It's just there's not, like I said, a ton of resolution. But that is freaking stellar. So let's hop on over to Photoshop, and I will show you guys how I remove this. But dude, holy crap, you have a lot of sensor dust. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Is that one up there? 12. We're gonna see when we zoom in. But yeah, bro, oh, there's another one right there. You really are gonna want to get your sensor clean, because that is like a lot. And just the amount of time it's going to take in post to remove all that stuff, whereas if you just took like a couple seconds to clean it. Granted, that based on how dark some of those are, that means that's a pretty, like those right there are pretty stuck on there. That's pretty stubborn. So when in Photoshop, I always make a duplicate copy just so that way it's non-destructive, or if I do mess it up, I have the original to look back on. So we're just going to hop right into this. And what I do is I use the patch tool right here. I'll just circle around it, and you drag next to wherever it is, and it copies that. And now it doesn't have to be perfect, because like right here, you're not going to see the difference unless you're pixel peeping. Another thing you can do, and this is usually pretty accurate, is you can do fill and then content aware, and we'll see what it does. And so that does a very good job. So either one works. Now let's go find the rest of these little suckers. Where was one? There's one over here, and there's a lot over here. So again, to the untrained eye, you're not going to see this. See, like that did not do good. So what we'll do is we'll do edit, fill. I don't know all the shortcuts, so you'll have to excuse my negligence there. Like this one should be fine if we just pull it over here. It's honestly probably faster just to do the fill. That looks good. Got another one. Yeah, so I'm just going to keep using the content aware. Does a damn good. So like that one, you can see the line is slightly off. So what we can do is we can do the patch tool. We could drag this over, and you could try to line it up perfectly, like right about there. Pretty close. You can see there's a very faint outline, but if we zoom out, can we find it? It might be right there. Was it right there? Let's see. Oh no, it's all the way over here. So we'll just do the fill. So this might be a little bit repetitive, but it's probably good to know just in case. Oh man, I'm really messing it up now. Whatever, you guys get the point. So we'll just keep knocking these out, and then we'll check the final image. This one and the last one with the Ford GT are some of my favorites that I've gotten so far. I mean, every photo is great in its own way. It's just like, it's stuff that I would never see. I think whoever took the one of the Ford GT had mentioned there's only, I think, 15 of those like in existence or something. So super cool to have gotten the opportunity to take a few photos of that thing. That's another one of those cars that I would have for sure, like, somehow, even though it doesn't make sense, but I would have paid to take photos. Ooh, I want to get one of those like bamboo pen thingies to go around this, because this mouse is like a cheap one from Best Buy. I used to work there, so I think I got this thing for like $2. It's just your typical like wireless mouse, but what is it, the DPI or whatever is so bad on it. You guys can see it's like jumping all over the place. It's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's dust on your sensor. Oh man, dude, they really did a great job with this update. I mean, like, I want to see one more. Where to go? Right here. Yeah, that was kind of a bad one right there. But yeah, guys, that is stunning. So I think with this update too, it goes back into classic. Did it not? Okay, it didn't. Never mind. But yeah, guys, so we'll before, after. This is like a poster right here, man. Like, seriously, great job. Thank you again, everyone, for your submissions. We're gonna wrap it up here. Again, if you guys want to see more of these videos, please add your photos in the first link in the description. If not, we're just gonna hop back over to pretty much mostly Mustang content. But nonetheless, thank you guys all so much. I hope you learned a thing or two, and I will catch you in tomorrow's upload. Later, guys.